Alright guys, so in this quick little video I'm going to review with you guys how to work with parallel and perpendicular lines. So they're usually going to give you a point and a slope, and they're going to tell you write the equation of a line that is parallel to the line that goes through 2, 3 and has a slope of 6. Parallel lines have the same slope, so the slope that I'm going to use is 6, and I'm going to use a point 2, 3. I'm going to label this xy, and I'm going to substitute it into y equals mx plus b, because remember, they gave you an m, but they didn't give you a b, so you have to find it. I'm going to replace the y with a 3, the m with a 6, and the x with a 2, and I'm going to solve for b. Sorry if you hear some noise in the background, my daughter is there going crazy, but anyway, 6 times 2, this is 12, and I'm going to bring the 3 down. I'm going to do minus 12, minus 12. So 3 minus 12 gives me negative 9. So now with that information, I can write my equation y equals 6x minus 9. Now perpendicular, remember you got to do opposite. And then one of them's positive. Wait, sorry. Again, we said one of them's positive and the other one's negative. What is this? Looks ugly. So one of them is positive and one of them is negative, and then you gotta flip the fraction. Okay, there we go. So my old slope was 6 over 1. Then I'm gonna get my new slope, which is gonna be 1 over 6, and because our old one was positive, this one is gonna be negative. And then I'm still using the same point, 2, 3. And I'm going to substitute it into y equals mx plus b. And y is 3, m is negative 1 over 6, and then x is 2 plus b. Now this is going to be a decimal. Negative 1 over 6 times 2 gives me 2 over 6, which is negative 1/3 or negative 0.33. Okay, because it's a decimal and I wasn't able to get rid of it, I'm just going to use it as a decimal. Negative 0.33, so I'm going to do plus 0.33. So I have 3.33 equals b. So my equation now can be written with this information, negative 1 over 6 x plus 3.33. Okay, I'm going to display another one, and you're going to go ahead and do the next one. So the sub is going to press pause meanwhile you guys do the next one. Okay, so go. There you go. So try this one out. Give me a parallel line. Give me a perpendicular line. Okay. So sometimes they're going to give you the point and another equation. Okay. And you want another equation that's parallel and another equation that's perpendicular. So really all you need is the slope. All you need. Okay. If it's parallel, you keep the same slope. So m equals 2. If it's perpendicular, remember you gotta get the opposite reciprocal. So my new slope is gonna be negative 1 over 2. Okay. You're still doing the same process, using the same point, labeling it x and y so you can plug it into the equation. Everything is pretty much the same. Okay. So y is 2, m is 2, and x is 1. And then I have 2 equals 2 plus b. And I need to subtract the 2. So in this case, b equals 0. And that's okay. Zeros are numbers, so it's okay. I can write my equation as y equals 2x plus 0, or y equals 2x just alone. Okay, then do the next one, y equals mx plus b, and the y is 2, the m is negative 1 over 2, the x is 1 plus b, and again, I'm going to be left with a fraction, and that's okay, negative 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5, so this gives me 2.5 equals b, and with this information I can write my equation, negative 1 half x plus 2.5. Okay, alright, so you can either ask the sub to rewind it a little bit if you missed something, or go straight into the next one. I'm gonna give you a practice problem. So here's the next one. Okay, so sub's gonna give you about 8 minutes to do these two problems, and then she's gonna go ahead and press play again so that you can do the next problem. Okay, so let's go on to the last type of problem that you are going to see. The last type of problem you're going to see looks like this. Okay, slightly more complicated, only because you cannot see the slope from what you already have, so you have to solve for y. First thing you're gonna do is move the x, and then you're gonna rewrite them because they're not like terms. Divide by 3. So y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 2. Again, I only care about the slope. If they are parallel, I'm going to use the same slope. If they are perpendicular, I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to make, since this one over here is negative, this one's going to be positive. Okay? And I'm still using the same point, 2, 1, labeling it x, y. So y equals mx plus b. The y is a 1, the m is a negative 2 over 3, and the x is a 2. I believe if you multiply this out, you get negative 4 over 3, which is 1.33. Negative 1.33. I don't have a calculator, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And then, of course, I need to cancel it out, so plus 1.3. So this is 2.33 equals b. So now I can write the equation from that. Y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 2.33. That's the parallel line. Perpendicular, same idea. You have the point 21. Label it x, y. Okay. And same thing. Y equals mx plus b. Instead of the y, I'm going to put the 1. Instead of the m, I'm going to substitute in a 2. And substitute in a 2 for the x. And finally, the b. If I put this part in the calculator, it's actually going to give me a 3. And then I subtract the 3. 1 minus 3 gives me negative 2. So that's my b. From this information, I can write my formula, y equals 3 over 2x minus 2, and that's my answer. Again, if you need to replay it or rewind it a little bit, you can ask the sub to do that for you. The sub is going to give you about 8 minutes to do the next problem. Okay, so you are going to do the next problem, and then once you are done with this problem, I'm not sure how much time you're going to have. Okay, but what I want you guys to do is create, I can write it down here, create 2 of each type and solve them. Okay, so create 2 of each type, and you're gonna go ahead and solve them. And then you're gonna turn in this paper to the sub where you copied the work, where you did your own work, and so on. Okay, so this is it for today. Hopefully, if you guys have any questions, you make sure you start putting them on the Google Classroom so that I can help you out. But on Monday or on Tuesday, we should be moving on to something different.